Welcome to another edition of Southern Football Network. We got everybody here, our whole crew. We got New York City, Atlanta, Tennessee, and us in studio here in Dallas. We already know your names because y'all are so famous now. Our views are taking off, by the way. Way to go. Congratulations. Hey, everyone. So you know this week the theme is number one in everything. And, of course, it's, theme of the week is number one. So start with Texas. Number one, again, the Longhorns. I'm going to ride this wave as long as I can. They're on such a historical pace. This is actually pretty amazing, even for me as a Longhorn. I'm shocked by these numbers. Best start since 2009. Point differential. Now, this is not a school that is like one of the worst college football. They're the number two winningest program in college football history. Antonio, does that even surprise you? As a Longhorn, I'm shocked. I mean, They've been a great program for a long time. These numbers are unbelievable.
Are they playing in the Big 12 or is this the SEC?
Hey.
No, they're playing.
Man, those are SEC numbers. What are you talking about?
They're doing well. They are the number one team in the country right now. And they'll get a bump from playing that SEC schedule because I was looking at strength of schedules, and they are one of the top teams in the country as it relates to that. So, yeah. They are the number one team in the country.
All right, everybody. Now we're going to go to the expert panel. I call y'all expert loosely here, but y'all are, you're experts.
Come on, man. It's not loosely. They are experts.
Well, I mean, you know what? You're a panelist. Okay, anyway. Now, I want your opinion. What team from the SEC has the best shot of knocking off number one Texas in the regular season or the SEC championship? Who's going to beat the Horns first?
You know what, Yates? I'm actually going to go the Texas A&M Aggies.
Yeah, I hate to say that. Ugh.
Down in College Station. It's going to be a home game for Texas A&M, number one. And can you believe, I mean, the last time we saw this game in 2011. So they're looking to pick that back up right where they left off, number one. And we're going to talk about rivalries a little bit later in the show. And crazy things can happen in these games.
I'm glad it's back.
Too. The state of Texas needs.
I think you gotta love the.
Go ahead. No, come on, Jason. Come on. This is all right. Let's go. This is fun banter. Let's get in this thing. Dive in there.
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, Yates, I don't know that anybody's going to beat Texas all the way through the season. I think they're going to get all the way to the SEC championship unscathed. I think they're going to make the SEC championship and win at it as well. I hate to give you that credit. I hate to give Texas that credit, but I don't see anybody beating them the way they're playing right now. Charlie, you were going to jump in there. What were your thoughts on this?
And wait a minute. When I say ad lib, don't go completely off script. I've worked all 2 days on this, and I had you beating us somewhere. Come on. There is a script to follow. You're like an actor going off script. Okay, Charlie's up.
Well, I will have to say I'm picking Georgia this weekend. But aside from that, I think the team that's going to beat Texas is a team that's already knocked off number one this year, and that's Vanderbilt.
That's your school, too. That's your school. Come on. Go. Let people know that.
There's a goal post at the other end of the stadium that needs to make its way down River. And what would be better than beating two number one schools in the same season? So Texas visits Nashville, and there'll be, 8,000 rabid Vanderbilt fans there.
8,000.
Did you say 8,000?
8,000? That was good. I didn't catch that. I did not catch that. That was impressive. That was awesome.
Anchor down.
That's solid. Okay.
There'll be about 28,000 Texas fans, but it'll be a tremendous atmosphere. And, if Alabama can go down, then so can Texas.
All right. Jason, okay, there is something called a script. You're up. Let's go.
I would love to say that there's going to be an upset. I'd love to say that Tennessee's going to meet Texas in the SEC championship. I just don't see it happening. I see Texas running the table.
But
now.
We mentioned this. Do you not? Where are you in these pre-production meetings? Roll the video, for goodness sakes. You're kicked off the show. That's why they're not, Antonio. That's why they're not expert panelists. They don't go by the darn script. You saw Arkansas
because they're going by the flow.
Something that I don't believe in. Yates, I can't tell you that Arkansas is going to beat Texas here. I know it's a great rivalry. I know it's fun. Yeah, they're not going to
Okay, you know what?
It's not going to happen.
Studio producer, get him off the shot. Let's clean him off real quick. Knock him out. I'll talk about his segment that he was supposed to read. Arkansas and Texas are a huge rivalry. People don't realize this. I'll do this part. Jason, take the day off. The two teams have met 79 times. Look at this video. It's amazing. 79 times. They played in what we call the game of the century in Fayetteville. Okay? And guess who was at that game? President Richard Nixon. It was number 1 versus number 2 in that game. Texas won, Arkansas 2, and Texas came back to win that game. This is supposed to be, I'm supposed to be talking like Jason. I can't talk like Jason, and I don't have hair like Jason, but I will be organized unlike Jason. That was it. Jason, that was your line. You basically cut yourself out of the show. Way to go. All right.
I know. But,
all right,
hey,
sorry,
I'm
guys.
Speaking from the heart versus speaking from something that you're telling me to say.
That's right. We're going with the flow.
I like this. I guess the show, flow, like off the wheels, off the wheels show. I hate to bring it up again, but we're going to talk number 1. Remember the theme was number 1? How about the number 1 rivalry? And I'm going to start back in my backyard. It is the Red River Rivalry, Texas, Oklahoma.
The colors, the sounds, the smells. It's the greatest game in American sports.
The Red River Rivalry.
This is vintage OU Texas. This is the Cotton Bowl. This is what it's about.
You want tradition? How about a series that was first contested in 1900? So long ago that the Oklahoma Territory was still 7 years from becoming a state. This game has been played continuously since 1929 and in the Cotton Bowl Stadium since 1932.
Every one of these games is precious.
Here we go.
You want football? Since the AP poll was introduced in 1936, at least one of these teams has come into this game ranked 70 times. You want legends? Just look at the coaches alone. Wilkinson, Royal, Switzer, Mack. You want fans? How about a grandstand that is perfectly and evenly divided, sideline to sideline, forcing sections of people in crimson and cream to sit literally shoulder to shoulder with their sworn natural burnt orange enemies? And you want atmosphere? How about dropping a football game into the middle of a state fair? Smells of smoked meats, suntan lotion, and the sweet scent of sizzling saturated fats. Tastes, traditions, and touchdowns. It's no longer a question of whether or not this game should be in the SEC. It's what took us so long to get it here.
All right, Antonio, have you seen anything like that before?
Nothing when you start incorporating the state fair.
That's a lot.
But I have gone to Ohio State and Michigan, and it's
There's
nuts.
some great rivalries in
nuts.
college football, man. I'll tell you, Jamie, it's going to be tough with you too, because this is a tough one. You're an Alabama person. Tell me from your experience what you think is the greatest rivalry, and I think I have an idea.
Well, it's obviously the Iron Bowl. Yay.
I knew it.
I think, your Texas, Oklahoma out-of-state rivalry is cute and all.
Oh, ouch.
Let them know, Jamie. Let them know.
I will. Golly, he needs to be put in his place, right? And not only that, when you come out of the womb at birth, okay, you have to pick a side, and that's what you stay, and that's what you root for your entire life. You know, you look down on people if they're wearing the wrong colors, which would be navy and orange as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is a great rivalry. SEC may be the best conference with best rivalries. Charlie, I know you've got kind of the same opinion, but you're going to give a different viewpoint of this.
Man, the Iron Bowl. I mean, the Iron Bowl it's known in the South. Whether you're from Alabama or not, you pay attention to the game every year. They didn't play for about 40 years. They played in 1907, and then 1908 kind of had a disagreement over about what turned out to be about $30 on how much per diem players were going to get. By the way, the standard was 17 players could travel, and each player got $2, and that was a couple of meals in a hotel.
That's NIL right there.
So that was big time back then, and there was some dispute over that, and led to not playing in 1908, and it didn't resume. The state legislature got involved in 1944 and said, "Hey guys,
that's a long
we gotta
time.
do something about this." Alabama, Auburn, even as we've seen, sometimes the heavy favorites.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter in that game, and it's been
Throw
a
the
fun
record
one.
books out in that game.
Absolutely.
Well, and here's
Okay,
the other
Jason.
One of the first
okay.
things people.
Jason, you finally can go now.
Yeah, one of the first things people says when you get into the state of Alabama, they ask you your name, and then the second thing they ask you is, "Are you Alabama or Auburn?" I mean, that's what they
Yeah.
want to know in the state of Alabama. That's how serious they are. And if you say the wrong one in the wrong company, you're in trouble. So it is by far, give credit where credit is due. It's by far the strongest rivalry that I know of.
Did you wake up today? Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't
Okay,
pay
so
attention to any of that.
Yeah.
So let me read here. In the studio, the director's going, take one shot at Jason. Jason now talks about they've already picked the Iron Bowl. So I'm going to talk about where I came from, Tennessee against Florida, and their huge rivalry. We already have video that we edited for you for 2 days. It's okay. Let's not go to that. Okay, let's go to that video. Jason, now you talk about this.
Now we can go to the Tennessee-Florida video. Hey, I'm giving them credit where credit is due.
I don't think you were ready here. Okay, keep going.
The Tennessee-Florida rivalry is huge, H, but the Iron Bowl, it wins. It is the biggest rivalry. Tennessee-Florida, if we could beat any team, I would beat Alabama, to be honest. But the Tennessee-Florida rivalry, Alabama and Tennessee have a great rivalry, and it's respectful. I just don't like Florida fans at all. It's a different kind of rivalry there. So as we saw last weekend, we saw a lot of people cooking the Gators, as you can see right there.
We were there for all that. How cool is that, Antonio, that they're grilling? Some of these things, we were there this weekend, they were grilling gators that were like 18 feet long and eating it. That's crazy. That's pretty wild stuff.
That's insane. All
right, from number one team, number one rivalry, to number one tailgater of the week.
I'm standing up.
Yeah, so we're seniors this year, and we really don't care about too much, but we care about our Clemson Tigers. So we're out here this morning. We set up around 5:30, 5:45. They're honking, we're drinking. This is a free use couch. We didn't steal it. There was like 20 of them by the dumpster in our parking garage, and so we're gonna bring it back. But it's a great time, and we're happy to be out here. It's Parents Weekend also, and we love all the parents, especially the moms.
I love moms! We love moms!
The past 2 or 3 games, we've been on the Jumbotron, and we sit like third row. We get there super early, and we've just been dancing. And we get on the dance off, and then whenever they switch the camera to like someone else, everyone boos because they want like the overall guys. Can't have a tailgate without food. Food is a huge part of a tailgate, especially without Wampler sausage. Best sausage in the game. Love their stuff.
Wobblers, baby!
Chris Yates with Wampler's Ultimate Tailgater. We travel all over the country. For over a decade we've done this, and today we found some kid on a sofa. May not sound interesting, but trust me, wait till you watch this video. What are you?
What am I? I'm Wampler's Ultimate Tailgater, baby!
Wamplers, it's great sausage made on the farm in Tennessee.
Wampler's great sausage and a great partner of ours. But that guy mentioned it. Without food, there's no tailgating this week. We got how to make some of this food.
Tennessee bacon cheese fries on the brand new Loco Griddle. This one's a guaranteed touchdown for that big game coming up. Would be great at any tailgate. Start off with 2 pounds of bacon, fry that up, set it to the side, and we're going to come back. 2 bags of your favorite fries, and we're going to cook them in that bacon grease. On about a medium heat, once they're about halfway done, we came back with some Killer Hogs AP seasoning, great salt, pepper, garlic, and we seasoned them up and gave them a mix. Once they're looking all nice and crispy like that, it's time to get them in a pile and move on to our next step. We grated some fresh, sharp cheddar cheese, and we came in, and we just started mounting that stuff up. Good layer of cheese, come back with some of that bacon, crumble it up, and we're not done yet. Another layer of cheese, another layer of bacon. Now let's shut that lid and let it get nice and happy. After about 5 minutes, buddy, she's looking right. You got yourself some Killer Eating, dip it in some ranch, and this one's a guaranteed touchdown.
All right, we talked about great cooking and great tailgating, but tailgating on a sofa, that's not as interesting as some of the ones we've seen, Jason. Jason, hello? You there? I think Jason's asleep. Hello.
No, sorry, but everything froze. I'm sorry, Yates.
Okay, Jason, you there? The tailgating. You've seen some wild tailgates. What do you think is unique?
In Knoxville, sailgating, there's nothing like it, man. You get out there, I mean, you check out some of these boats. It's unbelievable. Man, it is something.
Yeah,
you gotta go sailgating, man.
It's pretty awesome, and I think Jason's on a boat right now. All right, let's toss to tweets of the week, including the best game of the week. Now, even though this is not SEC, we got to show it's ESPN Game Day in Oregon.
I can't help but say, hey, 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 hey. A little bit louder now, a little bit louder now, a little bit louder. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great day in Oregon.
Okay, that was some wild stuff. All right, we'll talk the next one. Listen to this kid. He plays for Oklahoma. In my opinion, they didn't earn what they got. That was his tweet, by the way. They lost 34-3. I guess they didn't really earn what they got. And Texas fans had fun with that, with their tweets back to him. Hey, you got a new NIL sponsor, Slip and Slide, because of the play that he made. You ever slip and slide before, Jamie?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I loved to slip and slide back in the day. Do the kids still do that?
I don't know, but I think it's fun.
They do.
They do?
Yeah, they do.
He's got a 10-year-old.
They do. Yeah, absolutely.
Birthday is coming up. Y'all should go slip and slide.
Yeah, she wants to do all of those things. So, yeah.
All right, cheerleader of the week, Jamie, something unique, different, as always.
Yeah, cheerleader of the week this week is not necessarily a cheerleader, guys. It's actually the bands, the University of Washington Huskies. Also not really sure why we're talking about them being at Southern Football Network, but that's okay because I think they had a special leader. Oh, who's that guy in that hat there? He looks familiar. Christopher Yates, and a real Renaissance man.
Yeah, look at that. I can dance, I can sing, I can do it all.
I mean, are you going to, like, run back a punt now? Like, what happens next week?
Oh my gosh, absolutely nothing. I disgrace myself as always.
We need to know how this went down.
I just snuck on. I just kind of went back there and they just like, who is this guy? And I just kept going and they let me play. It was weird.
Because you're trying to ingratiate yourself with the West because I'm sitting next to you.
I don't know,
That's
man.
what you're trying to do.
Hey, when you say it's not SEC, I was there, so it was part of our show, so that's the way it goes. Thanks for everyone for being on the show and for Jason for not being on the show, even though he was physically,
Let
mentally.
Jason cook. Let Jason rock.
You think he should be his guy?
Yes, let him rock.
Next week, Jason, get your mind in the game. Thanks for watching, everyone. Southern Football Network. See you next week, and see Jason next week alive again.